Betts, the bunt down to third, picked up by Muncy. He goes to third, and Castellanos is going to be out. They execute the play to perfection, Rick Monday.
Absolute gutsy play by Max Muncy. He had his body in position to begin with. I think the Phillies are going to challenge this. They have really nothing to lose to challenge it. And Mookie Betts stood his ground because Betts, he got knocked over on that tag. But for Muncy, the good throw to Betts. Betts got there in time, and what an athletic catch and tag by Mookie Betts. Terrific play on the fundamentals of the game in the ninth inning.
So Castellanos out, going from second to third. So Stott now on first base is the tying run. It'll be a pinch hitter for Brandon Marsh, Harrison Bader. Remember, Bader left Saturday's game with a leg injury. The Phillies and Bader himself felt confident after Saturday night that he'd be okay for tonight, but he wasn't good enough to start. He is good enough to pinch hit in the bottom of the ninth.
Stephen, that is a play that many times you see the third baseman trying to rush it, either doesn't field it cleanly or throws it away, or maybe the shortstop that's covering the bag can't cover it in time. By the way, Sasaki begins to warm up very feverishly in the ninth inning. Finally.
4-3 Dodgers. Runner on first, one out in the ninth. Vesia against Bader. First pitch, down and in, blocked by Will Smith. He handles a slider in the dirt. Well done.
I'll tell you what, you see the video, folks, of that play. I cannot tell you how big of a play, how difficult of a play that is to make on both ends, to field it and throw it and then to catch it and tag.
Vesia's 1-0. Misses outside.
We don't know about Bader's leg. He had to leave Saturday night because of his strength. Started in center field.
Short lead from Stott. The pitch home. Yes, he did. Tried to check his swing on what would have been ball three. He gives Vesia strike one. Because of the presumably hobbled Bader, the Dodgers could be a ground ball away. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. This is walloped to left field, down for a single. Fielded by Kike. Stott will hold up at second. Once again, the Phillies have the tying run in scoring position, and they have the winning run on base.
And again, the Dodgers bullpen is doing a high wire act.
Running for Bader at first is Weston Wilson. Max Kepler is the batter. A left-handed hitter, and the number 9 hitter, Trey Turner, is on deck. It's never easy with this Dodger bullpen. 4-3, bottom 9. First and second, one out. The pitch. It is ball one. A slider that just missed the top of the zone. Kepler tripled and scored his last time up. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Came off the bench for Otto Kemp.
How big was that play by Muncy and Betts after the base hit by Bader? Run did not score.
The Dodgers don't have any more room to spare. The 1-1. Bouncing ball right side. Freeman fields it. Goes to second. There is no turn as Betts keeps it in the pocket. Vesia is going to first to cover the bag, but no throw. Runners on the corners. Now 2 outs for Trey Turner.
And a nice play by Freddie Freeman also. An aggressive slide into second base by Wilson.
It's a bouncing ball. Freeman was running towards second to field it. Got it to Betts cleanly and accurately, but Kepler was booking it down the line.
Yeah, well, Wilson was going more towards Betts than he was to the bag. He was still in contact with the bag.
And that is all for Alex Vesia. Dave Roberts is going to the rookie. Roki Sasaki with the game on the line. 4-3 Dodgers. First and third for the Phillies. 2 outs. Trey Turner at the plate when we come back.
At Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming included in Mexico. Discover the best carne asada, never miss a text from the group chat, and save big with Verizon while you do it. Switch and get 4 lines for just $30 per line. See? Just $30 per line per month with unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Plus calls, texts, and data in Mexico included, so you can use your phone sin problema. Stop by your Los Angeles Verizon store today. For unlimited welcome in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Steve Sachs here. I've been talking about my new healthcare coverage with Alignment Health Plan, and now I've got a personal experience that really shows why it matters. Recently, I faced an unexpected medical emergency. It could have been overwhelming, but Alignment was right there. They walked me through everything, step by step, turning a stressful situation into one that I can handle with confidence. If you're 65 or have a loved one that needs more personal one-on-one Medicare attention, trust me, Alignment's got you covered. The annual enrollment period is October 15 through December 7. Don't miss your chance. Visit AlignmentHealthPlan.com today.
Bases are loaded, stakes are high, and hopes are even higher. If anyone can power through the pressure to win it all, it's the world champion Dodgers. As a proud sponsor since their inaugural season at Dodger Stadium, 76 would like to give a huge congratulations to the Dodgers on their 13th consecutive playoffs. Let's go, go, go for another win. 76, proud sponsor of the Los Angeles Dodgers since 1962. 76 is a trademark owned by Phillips 66 Company. Copyright 2025, all rights reserved.
The Dodger bullpen struggles have put Roki Sasaki in this situation. A rookie pitching for a second time in 3 games, trying to save a postseason game when he's pitched out of the bullpen just 2 times before the playoffs ever. Sasaki got his first career save on Saturday. 11 pitches, 9 strikes, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. He cannot give up a hit here tonight as he inherits runners on first and third. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. The Dodgers lead by just 1. Sasaki will face old friend Trey Turner. Tying run 90 feet away. The first pitch misses inside, ball 1. Started him off with the forkball.
Yeah, and you got to keep the ball out of the dirt.
Sasaki hunkers down on the mound. Kicks and fires. Turner swings. Ground ball to second. Scooped up by Edman. He throws first. Dug out by Freddie Freeman. He picks it and saves the game. That's a win for LA.
Boy, in a routine play, it comes down to Freddie Freeman making the backhand pickup on a terrible throw by Tommy Edman. Well, the high wire act without a net tonight. What a play by Freeman. What a play on that bunt by both Muncy and by Betts. And the Dodgers can exhale.
And what a job by Roki Sasaki to come in with the game on the line and lock it down against Trey Turner. The Dodgers hang on and win.
Deep left field. It's got a chance. Get out the tape measure. Long gone. 3-run homer. Seiya Suzuki. Cubs lead 3-0.
So much for regular season stats. It's playoff time. Suzuki hit one over the second deck and into the third deck here at American Family Field. Cubs up 3-0. And I think we said it'd probably be good if they get off to a good start. I think that qualifies.
A single by Horner, a walk by Tucker, and a 3-run homer by Suzuki. And here's Ian Happ taking low and inside for a ball. Activity immediately getting ready in the Milwaukee bullpen. Quinn Priester.
High changeup to Suzuki. They went with something off speed, out over the plate, and say I hit it a mile.
Happ will bang it foul. Another hefty home run official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength that's anything but ordinary. That sailed right over the heads of the guys in the Milwaukee bullpen. One of the longer home runs we've ever seen Seiya Suzuki hit. He drove in 103 during the regular year. So Shota Imanaga, fellow countryman of Suzuki, he's got a little bit of a cushion to lean on before he throws his first pitch. 1-2 on Happ. And Ian takes a breaking ball, strike 3 call. 2 down, 3-0 Cubs. Carson Kelly the batter. 440 feet on that booming home run by Seiya. The RBIs are also a reminder. RBIs by Cubs batter, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Here's Kelly taking a fastball high in the zone for a called strike.
Ashby is wearing goggles on the mound and always does. His goggles have fallen off his face as he's delivering the baseball now 3 times here in the last 4 or 5 pitches.
The 0-1 pitch inside. Defense straight away against Carson Kelly. Defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Now the 1-1. Slow curveball is in there for a strike. 1-2. Cubs leading 3-0. That's exactly what they wanted to do in this first inning. Kelly looks at a ball down low. Cubs actually had 3 homers in the loss on Saturday. Bush, Horner, and Happ all went deep. Here's a swing and a liner right to the second baseman, Terang. But a prosperous top of the first inning for the Chicago Cubs as they score 3 times on a long 3-run homer by Seiya Suzuki. We go to the bottom of the first. Cubs 3, Brewers coming up on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs.
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
Too stylish to have superstitions.
Zero. I can't do it. Too many collared cleats, too many gloves, too many wedding gloves, too many bats.
I do put on my right glove first, then the left, then the thumb guard, then I put on my leg guard, my elbow guard.
Anything you put on first?
Nah, not really.
Nothing?
Nah. I like to say I'm not superstitious, but a little stitious.
Fastball first, in underneath the hands, that's his pitch. When that pitch is working, he pitches off of that with the split, and the split becomes extremely effective. Command of the fastball.
Jackson Chourio leads it off, takes outside for a ball. And now the 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball away, ball 2. Chourio 3 for 3 before leaving with hamstring tightness on Saturday. We were not sure if he would play until right before game time tonight. Here's the 2-0. And that's a curveball for a strike. It's the same hamstring, by the way, that he injured in the regular season, July 29, a game against the Cubs. And he missed most of the month of August. Here comes the 2-1. Strike two call. 2-2.
That's the inside fastball that we're talking on. He threw two away, missed, curveball for a strike, inside heater. That one was down. A lot of times he will elevate that fastball inside. That was 92 miles an hour. Speed gun powered by Xfinity. Your hometown advantage brought to you by Xfinity. All your favorite teams in one place.
2-2 swing and a miss. Strike three. It looked like a good splitter. And that's going to be out number one.
Right on the inside corner. It throws it past Cheerio. You know, and to me, the whole idea is it's all about location and being able to command your pitches for Imanaga, and he did that after the first two fastballs.
Here is Bryce Turang, left-handed batter, taking a strike. Cubs lead 3-0, bottom of inning number one. Turang had a couple of hits and drove in a run with a double on Saturday. Lefty to lefty, the 0-1. Fastball just a little bit high.
Oh my, that was a good pitch. Mike Estabrook behind home plate tonight.
Imanaga's 1-1 is away. Imanaga over in Japan pitched 8 professional seasons, mainly with the Yokohama Bay Stars. And now the 2-1. Fastball, strike two call. He also, Ron, was the starter and the winner against the United States in the World Baseball Classic back in 2023.
Yeah, he started that game and gave him a great start to beat Team USA.
Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. He's off to a good start. That pitch up around the letters. Turang, a swinging strike three. Cubs lead 3-0 in the first inning, and the batter, William Contreras.
High gas. Once again, that's what we were talking about, having command of that fastball. He is establishing the heater right from the beginning, and I love it. If he can establish that fastball, now the split doesn't have to be perfect because the hitters have to be on that heater. He's got great velocity today. That pitch was 93 miles an hour.
Contreras pulls one foul, deep to left, out of play. American Family Field, no cheap home runs down the lines. 345 to the poles in left and right. The alleys are inviting too. 371 left center, 374 right center, 400 straight away. There's a line drive down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit. Contreras around first. He's going to hold with a long single as the throw comes in from Ian Happ. A little looping single. Contreras is on, and the batter is Christian Yelich.
Not hit hard at all. This is a slider down and in from Shota. Contreras just drops the head of the bat on it, gets jammed, but pulls his hands in enough to where he just lofts this ball just over the head of Shaw down the line. Not hard, but it's a base now.
Lefty to lefty. Shota to Yelich. Swinging a liner, shallow left, base hit. He jammed him. Yelich did not hit it hard, but muscled it to the opposite field. Back-to-back singles, and it brings up Andrew Vaughn. So the inning started with a pair of strikeouts, which, by the way, are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. He fanned Churio and Turang, but now base hits by Contreras and Yelich. And here is Andrew Vaughn.
Now, the one thing, neither one of these balls are hit hard by either guy. Another thing I would like to say is Shota has not used his split finger yet in this ballgame.
Check swing, strike, 0-1.
And there it is. It shows up, first pitch, a very good one, right at the knees, first strike.
Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. And the pitch to Vaughn. Fastball high. Vaughn, a mid-season acquisition from the White Sox, and he really played well. Had a lot of big hits, including game-winning hits. He hit .308 in a Brewer uniform with 9 homers and 48 driven in half a season. Here's the 1-1 to Vaughn. Just inside. Didn't miss by much.
That's a good pitch and a good sign for the Cubs. If Shota can command that pitch, it's usually a good day. That one missed by half the width of a baseball inside and up.
2 outs, 2 on. Cubs lead 3-0 first inning. Vaughn swings and misses and a sharp slider. What's on your mind here, Ron?
I think you stay inside now. You've got him sped up. That's why he missed the slider. He was concerned about the fastball in, and he's way out in front of the slider. You go to, if you can throw a good split here down, you can get the punch out.
2-2, 2 on, 2 down. The pitch inside. 3-2. Tried to jam him with a fastball. Fans standing, waving those yellow towels. And it does get loud here. Runners take their leads. There they go. The pitch fouled away by Vaughn. Cubs struck first in the top of the inning. 3-run homer by Seiya Suzuki. Brewers threatening with 2 outs and 2 on. Bottom of the first. Imanaga ready. And the payoff pitch. Swinging a high fly ball deep left field. Back is Happ in the corner near the wall. That ball is gone for a home run.
High towering shot by Vaughn down the left field line. And this ball is way up there. Happ goes back and just runs out of room. Tie ball game.
Tommy Hottovy to the mound.
It was a breaking ball to Vaughn inside, and what he did, Imanaga tried to throw it for a strike. The one that he threw to get to the second strike was down and in at the back foot. That one stays right in the middle of the plate, inner half maybe a little bit, but about mid-thigh.
Edwin Stanberry, the interpreter, out with Tommy Hottovy. Each team with a 3-run homer in the first inning.
And I think it goes right back to Pat Shota just not having confidence in that split finger. He's going with a lot more breaking balls than he is splits.
Frelick pops it up, shallow right. Horner's going to make the catch. And he does. It's a brand new ball game after 1. Game on. Cubs 3, Brewers 3. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs postseason baseball talk is on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app.
but he then would not throw. He wasn't throwing the split, and that's the back and forth that's really good. He got beat in that last inning with his third best pitch, and that's a breaking ball, and he threw it right in the wheelhouse of Vaughn.
Aaron Ashby is out to start inning number 2. Pete Crow Armstrong will lead it off and take a curveball for a strike. So the Cubs had 3 runs on the board and a lot of momentum, and it was taken away. Andrew Vaughn with a game-tying homer. So now the Cubs got to grab that momentum back. Crow Armstrong pops it up to third, caught by Durbin, out number 1. One away, Dansby Swanson, the hitter.
Looking down at the dugout of Milwaukee, and now you're looking at righty coming up for the Cubs. Swanson, Shaw, and Turner, and Orner 4 in a row. But Pat Murphy staying in the dugout, still going with Ashby.
Priester is warming in their bullpen. Swanson pokes it foul out of play. Dansby 1 for 4 in the series opener on Saturday. And the pitch on the way to Swanson bounces in there off the body of Contreras. The Cubs this season, Ron, here's an impressive note. They had the best record in the big leagues after a loss. 46-24, and that's a very important number. The ability to bounce right back after you've been beaten.
Now, Priester is not throwing now. It is Mears that is throwing in the Milwaukee bullpen.
Here's another pitch bouncing in there to Dansby.
Both of these pitches bounced in front of home plate. Back-to-back breaking balls. We have seen Ashby. Ashby can be very good. He can also be erratic, and when he is, he's had a hard time, as I said last inning, finding that release point.
Fastball strike call. I kind of thought after the 3-run homer Suzuki hit against him that he would not be out for the second inning.
I think he is staying in as long as he's going to be effective because of the Turner at bat and not wanting Bush in the game.
Dansby takes down low. Next is Shaw, and then after Shaw would be Justin Turner. Three game. Second inning. This could be a wild one. Chopper foul. Nothing new. These two teams have had some doozies over the years, both here and at Wrigley.
Yeah. So far, we've been on the edge of our seat, that's for sure.
Regular season, very competitive. Cubs won 7, Milwaukee won 6. Swanson drives one in the air to right. Pretty well hit, going back Frelick with room near the track. Makes the catch in deep right center for out number 2. 3-3 ball game, second inning, and the batter is Matt Shaw.
I got here very early this afternoon, and I had a chance to watch the Cubs' early BP, and the roof has been closed the whole day, but the windows were open in the outfield, and everything was open in the outfield. The ball was absolutely flying during early BP and then regular BP to the middle of the field.
Shaw takes a strike.
Like uncharacteristically flying. With these windows closed now, I'm not quite sure if the ball's going to carry quite the same.
Shaw 0 for 1 with a couple of walks in the opener on Saturday. Little right-handed batter takes inside, 1-1. Remember, this is a best of 5. This is game 2. Games 3 and 4 will be at Wrigley. Here's the 1-1. Curveball is outside.
Oh my.
2-1.
That last pitch got like a lot of the zone.
Sure did. 2-1. Mike Estabrook calling balls and strikes. Plenty of Cub fans in attendance. You could hear them on the homer by Suzuki in the first. They're ready to make some more noise. Swing and a miss by Shaw, 2-2. Fans are standing and hollering. The 2-2, that's going to be inside. Ball 3, didn't miss by much.
I'd like to see Matty just kind of quiet things down and just try to use the other side of the field. He's, the adrenaline rush is big right now. If you can just quiet down, you start trying to hit the ball the other way, it'll kind of quiet down your head movement. See him flinch. Yeah, see him flinching at a lot of pitches, pitches up, pitches in. And that means your head's moving a lot. You're not seeing the ball real well. The way to quiet that down is think of using the other side of the field, and then you just see the ball a little longer, a little easier.
3-2. Low and inside, ball 4. Sometimes, Ron, you always got to remember these rookies and young, inexperienced players. This is a brand new thing for them, this postseason baseball business.
This postseason baseball, and for all the guys, the adrenaline rush of this is incredible. It really is. And, all the guys have done pretty well with all of it. It's just, that's part of it. You've got to learn to be able to use that adrenaline, and that's part of playing in postseason baseball.
Here is Justin Turner. Right-handed batter waiting and taking very high from Aaron Ashby. That missed by 2 or 3 feet. Almost sailed over the head of Contreras, the catcher. Game tied at 3, inning number 2. Turner led off the game by being retired on a fly ball to left. Has only the left toe on the ground. The left heel is up in the air. Feet very close together in a slightly open stance. It's a very unique batting stance.
Well, you'd love to see JT touch one good here and hit one in the seats and really pay off this opportunity to hit early in the ball game instead of coming in later as a pinch hitter.
Swinging a line drive base hit into left field. Stopping at second is Matt Shaw. And it will bring up Nico Horner, and here comes Pat Murphy. I think he's going to make a pitching change. He's going to bring in the right-hander. Mears to face Horner. Turner at first, a sharp single. And we'll wait to see what other changes there might be. Let's make sure there's a pitching change before we throw it to a spot. And Ashby being talked to by Murphy. They've opened the gate, but the pitcher Ashby is still on the mound talking to Murphy, and now he will leave. So that makes it official. Pitching changes by the opposition, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial.
Hey, it's Lourdes Gurriel Dawn.
That's a nice touch.
Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newtbar fan.
What a present for Mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah.
Ended up just shot putting it. Not blocking, there's nobody on base. There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The Dodgers take a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 NLDS against the Phillies. How about this in Philadelphia? The Phillies rallied in a big-time way, scoring twice in the 9th. But the Dodgers hold on and beat the Phillies 4-3. Will Smith with a 2-run single. LA now up 2-0 in that best-of-5. Pat?
So the defending world champion Dodgers now 1 win away from the National League Championship Series. Here is Nico Horner to face Nick Mears. Nico with an RBI opportunity. Shaw the runner at second. Turner will run for himself at first. I say that, we're not sure how much longer Justin will be in the game, but he's running at first. Nico had a base hit his first time. The pitch by Mears. Fastball is high. Looked like Estabrook started to twitch that right hand and call it a strike and then said, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, that ball hit the top of the zone.
Here comes the 1-0 with 2 men on. Tie game, second inning. Nico takes inside. Okay, what's he looking for on 2-0?
I think you're looking for a fastball inside. I think these teams have tried to pitch Nico in because he does such a good job of shooting the ball the other way. He should look to turn on this one and do some damage.
He hits a high pop fly into shallow right. Frelick coming in, easy play, and that's going to be out number 1. Out number 3, rather. Out number 3 ends the inning. So Mears retires Horner. Cubs lead 2. We go to the bottom of inning.
Stottlemyre still wants somebody. There's Randy Johnson, the big unit. He towers over everybody. Randy's got to change his cap.
Oh, jeez. There you go. That looks better. Get that D-backs hat on, Randy.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
I'm gonna go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich. Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Each team 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors.
2 walks, 1 strikeout, and 1 home run. For Ashby, 1 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. They were earned.
Shota going to work on Durbin. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. First delivery in there for a strike.
6 for strikes, 4-3.
More activity will crank up in the Milwaukee bullpen.
Warming in the Brewers bullpen is number 32, Jacob Mizorowski. 32, Mizorowski.
And the 0-1. I think you knew in the first inning run that the bullpens would play a prominent role on both sides in this game.
Yep, absolutely. Showed him mixed in a split there. That one was down, but going the right direction. That was a good split, just low.
1-1 to Durbin. Swing and a miss. What do you like here?
I would go back to the split. I would start going fastball split and make up my 2 pitches and try to find that split finger that he is famous for the last 2 years.
The 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, shallow right, routine for Suzuki. He's got it, and that's out number 1. Ball game tied 3-3, bottom of inning number 2. With one away, the batter is Blake Perkins.
Perkins with one of the key at-bats in yesterday's ball game in that first inning. I believe it was a 10-pitch at-bat.
And he finally lashed a base hit. Brewers got all 9 of their runs in the first 2 innings on Saturday. They built up a commanding 9-1 lead and cruised to a 9-3 win. We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Benny's Beverage Depot. 42,000 plus were here on Saturday. There's a good fastball strike, 1-2. I think we have even more tonight. I'm going to say 43,034. 43034.
42,600.
Here's the 1-2 from Shota Imanaga. Fastball rides high.
I'm going to go 43,500.
Zach will be along in the 5th inning and work with Ron Coomer. Here's the 2-2. Check swing foul. Bounced over toward the Brewer first base dugout. Nice to have our engineer Ryan Elliott here in Milwaukee. Always does a good job, takes good care of us. Outfield pretty much straight away against Perkins. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Shota gets the strikeout. It's another strikeout by a Cub pitcher, brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. 2 down, tie game, 2nd inning. Here's Joey Ortiz.
Shota goes with fastballs to Perkins. This throws an inner half fastball, throws it right by Perkins.
Ortiz 0 for 2 in the opener on Saturday. Checks his swing and takes down low. Ortiz not real big, 5'10", 183. From the Sacramento area, Garden Grove, California. Swings away and fouls it away.
Part of that first inning in the first 2 innings of Milwaukee doing so well in the game on Saturday, Ortiz, the 9-hitter, walked twice in the first 2 innings and extended those innings.
The 1-1 lashed foul by Ortiz, out of play. Brewers had the best record in the big leagues this year, 97 wins. And the 1-2. Pulled on the ground, foul. Had he not hit that ball, it might have hit him in the left ankle.
That was a pretty good split by Shota. Manager's Challenges, instant replays, and all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion's always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Couple of long home runs in the first. Seiya Suzuki for the Cubs. Andrew Vaughn for Milwaukee. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. And if those 2 drives are any indication, the ball might carry pretty well tonight, Ron.
Yeah, I was watching, as I was saying, early batting practice today, and then the regular batting practice. The ball was flying to the middle of the field.
The 2-2. Poke foul out of play.
Shota got away with one there. That fastball was right down the middle. 92 miles an hour.
Ortiz, the number 9 hitter, making Shota work harder than he would like. Tie game, 2nd inning. 2 down, bases empty, the 2-2. Fly ball should be playable in shallow right for Seiya Suzuki. He's got it. 1, 2, 3 for Shota Imanaga. We go to inning number 3. Cubs 3, Brewers 3 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
You're listening to Cubs Playoff Baseball on the Score and the...
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman. Does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
What happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with two different teams.
You know, there are times he has some issues with dealing with his adrenaline, and as a lot of young players do, but you're also talking about one of the elite arms in the game. ERA 4.3. He's had his ups and downs. Big strikeout numbers, though, that's for sure.
Jacob Mizorowski made the All-Star team, and he'll go to work on Kyle Tucker. First pitch is a strike. You wonder how Mizorowski will handle this postseason atmosphere. He showed bouts of wildness during the regular season. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Tucker.
That last pitch, back-to-back 103-mile-an-hour heaters.
Big, tall, lanky right-hander. He brings it. It's down low for a ball. He's not really doing anything fancy. That was 104 miles per hour.
Yeah, this is a rare back and throw it as hard as you can. Opponent's pitching change is sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com.
Tucker hits a liner, one-hop glove by Durbin, cleanly at third, and he throws to first in time. Durbin made a good play. He thought about coming in, I believe, to try to make a diving catch, and then realized he would have to play it on a bounce. And he showed good skill on that play, out number one.
Yeah, it's those balls. I've talked about this before. The left-handed hitter hitting that ball to the third baseman, and that was kind of a soft off the end of the bat line drive. But Durbin did make a nice play.
Seiya takes low and inside for a ball. Suzuki had a long 3-run homer in the first. It was a short-lived lead, however. Andrew Vaughn had a 3-run homer in the Milwaukee first. Still tied at 3, inning number 3. Seiya waiting for the 2-0 from Mizorowski. And he will take outside. Now this is what we saw from Mizorowski, Ron. Very wild, very impressive arm. But anyone that throws that hard, it almost stands to reason he's going to have command issues.
Yep. You lose just a little bit of your release point.
That's outside for ball 4. So he got Tucker on the grounder. And now a 4-pitch walk. If you're Ian Happ, what's your approach here?
I think you're taking a strike. I really do. I think you got to make this guy. He's a young guy. We've seen him be erratic. You got to make him throw strikes.
Happ batting left-handed. Struck out his first time. 3-3 game, inning number 3. Off speed and outside.
Meat of the order for the Cubs, presented by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com.
That was a curveball that kind of hung, and it was outside. Happ waiting for the 1-0. And Ian takes outside 2-0. That's 6 straight that he has missed. What would a batter be thinking here, Ron?
I think you're just taking it. So he's missed. The keys is where's he missing? He's pulled pitches to Suzuki away, and with Ian, he hasn't finished pitches, and he's missing off the plate on the other side of the plate. I would take.
He takes the strike, and it did appear he was taking all the way.
Well, borderline pitch right on the outside corner. That could have went either way. I would probably still be taking here. I don't know if I'd be ready to swing yet if I was Ian.
Jacob Mizorowski ready. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Might have foul tipped it. It's now 2-2.
That fastball was 97 miles an hour, so he really kind of let off the gas a little bit with the heater. Threw it right down the middle.
And the 2-2. Outside, 3-2. He may let up the gas on this one just to get it in the zone, Ron.
That last one he threw full throttle again, flew wide open. Arm never caught up. The ball missed way outside.
Game tied at 3, 3rd inning, 1 away and a man at first. Happ checks his swing, strike 3. Ian swung at a pitch in the top of the zone. Tried to hold up, couldn't do it. Not sure if that was in the strike zone or not. Might have been upstairs.
Borderline pitch, a little high.
It's out number 2 on the strikeout, and here is Carson Kelly. Mizorowski, the right-hander, from the stretch. Kelly takes high.
Well, that was a slider at 95 miles an hour. He got underneath that one and it sailed on him. That was mechanics of that last pitch, not very good.
Here comes the 1-0 to Kelly, and that's a strike.
What it looks like he's trying to do to find the strike zone is throw like a little baby slider. So he's gripping off center of the ball and just trying to spin it a little bit into the zone.
The 1-1 to Kelly is very high. That time you got the feeling he overthrew the pitch, stumbled a little on his follow-through, Ron.
Yeah, he landed and he started falling towards first base big time. Milwaukee getting somebody up in the bullpen already.
Cubs 3, Brewers 3, inning number 3, 2 down, a runner at first. And the 2-1 to Kelly, fouled away. Good cut, fouled it back. Fans waving, thousands of those yellow rally towels all over American Family Field. Most of the fans are standing. 2-2 on Kelly.
Chad Patrick, a right-hander, warming up in the Milwaukee bullpen.
Here's a pitch way outside. That's ball 3. What a save by Contreras.
Yeah.
Low and outside. The ball in the dirt. He backhanded it cleanly. How he did that, I'm not sure.
That was a curveball in the left-handed batter's box. First curveball Mizorowski has thrown.
The runner leads at first. That's Seiya. This pitch is bounced back to the mound. Mizorowski will take the play himself. And he jumps up and down. That was his first inning of postseason play. And he made the play unassisted, grabbing the grounder and running over and stepping on the bat. Cubs don't score.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance, but it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked and that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way, couldn't.
Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to beat a judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables. No vegetables? No vegetables. No, is it straight protein? Yeah.
Every half inning seems like a major ordeal for everyone involved.
It is. We just saw something neither one of us have ever seen. A pitcher get a one-hopper back to the mound and ran over to the first base bag and touched it himself.
Jackson Churio hits a fly ball to left, playable for Happ. Routine play out number 1. I'm not sure if he did it out of youthful exuberance or if he just didn't want to throw the ball to first base.
Maybe a combination of both, yeah.
But he ran over and stepped on the bag, landed in foul territory beyond the coaching box, and was gesturing to the crowd happily. Shota Imanaga working on Bryce Terang, lefty against lefty, first pitch inside. Each team with all of their runs in the first. An exchange of 3-run homers in the opening inning of a postseason game. Here's a fly ball to shallow left. Routine for Happ. And that's going to be out number 2. If you're just joining us, Seiya Suzuki drilled a 3-run homer in the top of the first. But then Andrew Vaughn drilled a 3-run homer in the bottom of the first. And that's where we are in the third, tied at 3. Neither team with an error. Here's William Contreras.
Here's where you got to be careful now if you're Imanaga. You got to watch throwing something inside. You got to make sure you get it in there if you're going to throw it inside.
Again, game 3 of this National League Division Series will be at Wrigley Field on Wednesday at 4:08 p.m. And if necessary, Game 4 will be Thursday night at Wrigley at 8:08 p.m. The 1-0 to Contreras. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed delivery, 1-1.
Back-to-back splitters from Shota. That's a good sign, and that last one was a good one. It ended up, starts out in the strike zone and ends up just down, and Contreras well out in front of it.
Contreras drives one to deep left. If it's fair, it's a long home run. Long home run. William Contreras. A home run to the second deck. Right down the line in left. Gone by plenty. The only question was fair or foul. And that gives Milwaukee their first lead, 4-3.
And Contreras' first at bat, he got a breaking ball inside, and he hit it a long way and way foul into the third deck. But 150 feet foul. What that tells me, he's looking for the ball inside and looking for that fastball in. He got that fastball in from Shota. It was on the inner half, and he was ready for it.
Second homer given up by Shota Imanaga. And the gopher ball continues to be a major issue for him. The 1-0 to Yelich. Ground ball, right field, base hit. And the inning will continue. Activity will start in the Cub bullpen. A right-hander beginning to throw. And the batter is Andrew Vaughn.
Now that's just a ground ball through the right side of the diamond by Yelich.
Daniel Palencia throwing in the Cub bullpen. Palencia, the winning pitcher in the Thursday night finale against San Diego in the best of three. As he came in from the bullpen in that game, pitched well. And Palencia just about ready if Craig Counsell wants to make a change, and he might.
Kelly walked out there very slow, so did Turner to the mound, trying to take their time to give Palencia more time to get warm. Count's not making the change yet. I think they're still trying to give Palencia a little more time to throw. Now Estabrook is going to come to the mound, and Count's going to make a change.
And here comes the change as the umpire points out to the bullpen. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Milwaukee 4, Cubs 3. We got a long way to go. We're only in the third inning of this game, and we'll be right back with more after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines.
Talk to me. This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun. Yes. 2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. Amazing. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer. Pick it up like a burger. Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man. Let's go to town. Yeah. Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man. This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Dodgers finally got out of the frame. They had to use 3 relievers in that ninth to hold on for a 1-run win. Pat?
Okay, Zach, thank you. So those two teams will take a day off tomorrow. They will resume at Dodger Stadium for Game 3 on Wednesday. Daniel Palencia, the new pitcher for the Cubs. inheriting a runner at first. That's Christian Yelich. Yelich used to be a very big base stealer, not so much after the injury to his knee a few years ago.
Yeah, and Yelich has missed some time this season with that back issue, so, you know, that'll definitely curb your enthusiasm for stealing a bag.
Andrew Vaughn takes inside from Palencia. Vaughn had a huge 3-run homer in the bottom of the first inning in this game, after the Cubs grabbed the immediate lead in the top of the first on Suzuki's 3-run homer. Breaking ball strike, 1-1. Right-hander to right-hander, Palencia to Vaughn. Yelich at first, not running. The pitch, fly ball, shallow left. Happ coming in, gets there, makes the catch. William Contreras homers to give Milwaukee the lead. We go to the 4th inning. Brewers 4, Cubs 3. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs postseason baseball talk is on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance, but it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked and that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Alberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way, couldn't.
Took the wrong direction. He just didn't know which way to go.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly it. And, you know, really the Cubs, you know, losing game one, this is one of those games where Counts is going to unload the bench and the bullpen to try to win this game. So it's kind of all hands on deck right now for sure.
Pete Crow Armstrong will lead off the 4th inning. Jacob Mizorowski still on the mound. First pitch, strike. Pete bluffed a bunt. Pete thought it might have been upstairs.
Yeah, it was a little high.
Mike Estabrook calling balls and strikes. Durbin shallow at third. Here comes the 0-1. Armstrong swings and misses. This guy can bring it. He's about 6'5", all arms and legs. A Missouri boy, Jacob Mizorowski. And the 0-2 is high for a ball.
6'7", 197, Patrick.
Wiry.
Yeah.
And the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Thor Armstrong chasing a pitch a little bit upstairs.
101-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone.
Here is Dansby Swanson checking in. 4-3 Milwaukee leading. Top of inning number 4. Swanson flied to right his first time, and he takes a strike. Mlb always works from the stretch. Tall right-hander brings it, and that's strike 2 call.
So far in this inning for Mlb, a little more under control. You don't quite see the wild deliveries and falling way off to the first base side.
The set for the 0-2 pitch to Dansby, and he'll take just outside. Didn't miss by much. 1-2. Matt Shaw on deck. You could see how this guy would be tough on right-handed batters. And now the 1-2 on the way to Swanson. Bounce toward third and foul. Who was the hardest thrower you ever faced?
Probably Randy Johnson. He was up there in this 102, 103, 104 range. He threw ball. Armando Benitez, if you remember him, he was closer for Baltimore for a while and Mets. He was consistent over 100 miles an hour on a regular basis.
Big right-hander.
Big, strong guy.
On a cold night, he was just scary to watch.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 call. Dansby checked his swing. It was a called third strike. Mlb has his third strikeout in an inning and 2/3. And Matt Shaw coming up.
Well, after, you're looking at 101 a couple times, a 102, and you foul a couple pitches off, he spins that breaking ball inside, you flinch at it, and it just caught the inside corner.
Shaw will take a strike. Mlb has made 31 pitches, 17 strikes. And the 0-1, Shaw takes way outside. One and one on the Cubs rookie third baseman Matt Shaw. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Inside a fastball, 2-1.
That one kind of fooled Contreras. That pitch was a pretty good pitch right on the inside corner, a little breaking ball, and Contreras caught that ball and pushed it away from the strike zone.
Now the 2-1 to Shaw. That's ball 3 outside, 3-1. Michael Busch in the on-deck circle. If the inning gets that far, he will bat for Justin Turner. And the 3-1 is ball 4, so Busch will get a chance now against Mlb. It's his first at-bat of the game. Turner started and played first base. Justin flied out and had a single. He was 1 for 2, and now presumably Michael Busch will play the rest of the game and bat in that leadoff spot as he pinch hits right now for Turner.
Now, Michael has done an incredible job. He's had 3 home runs in the postseason so far, 34 in the regular season. And he's going to be looking for that heater. He's just the big key for this at bat for Michael is just hopefully to get it down into the zone. Mlb's going to work hard at trying to get you to chase that fastball at the top of the zone. Michael's going to try to get it just down in the zone.
Brewers 4, Cubs 3, fourth inning. 2 down, a man at first. And Bush will take inside, ball 1. Activity is going to start in the Brewer bullpen again. It might be one of those games where each team uses 7, maybe 8 pitchers. The 1-0 lifted to left, slicing toward foul territory. Over is Churio and makes the catch in foul territory to end the inning. Cubs don't score, leave 1. Middle of inning number 4. Churio almost overran that ball. It is Milwaukee 4, Cubs 3 on the score. And
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. Opeachy was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Frelick first up. Frelick, Durbin, and Perkins against the hard-throwing right-hander Daniel Palencia. And let's see how far Daniel can work in this game. Cubs trailing 4-3, inning number 4.
Daniel's going to work as long as he's effective.
That's it. It's that time of the year, Ron. I know we're kind of being somewhat facetious, but
yeah,
you run guys out there. Whatever you've got, give it to me.
Yeah, that's it.
Right now.
Yep.
Here comes the 1-1. He's swinging a foul back, kind of a check swing. These games are not like regular season games at all. In fact, the bullpens are so much different than they used to be, Ron. There's a bouncer out toward short. Haven't seen many ground balls in this game. Dansby Swanson gets one and throws to first in time. Literally, that's one of the first ground balls that anybody has hit in the game on either team.
First ground ball out for the Brewers. And the Cubs have the one back to the pitcher that Mizorowski ran to first and touched the bag himself. So a one hopper to the mound, and now that's the first routine ground ball for an out. And we're in the bottom of the fourth.
Very strange. Caleb Durbin flied to right in his first at-bat. 4-3 Milwaukee leading, last of inning number 4. One away, base is empty. Durbin takes inside and hit him. And Durbin will take his base. Kind of grazed him, I'm not sure, somewhere around the left elbow or left arm. Let's see.
Yeah, that's right. I think it got him in the left forearm just below the elbow. And luckily for him, that's, oh no, it got him right on the elbow. Oh my. Right on the elbow bone, and he just went to first base.
Michael Busch playing first base now. So he will hold Durbin on the bag as Perkins steps in. Perkins struck out his first time. Shallow at third is Shaw in on the grass. Now backs up a little bit. Fastball strike, 0-1.
See, now if Milwaukee's a little, they have run very well throughout the year. Daniel can be fairly quick to the plate if he wants. He's got a little slide step in him. That last one was a slide step. What I mean by that is the front foot for the pitcher does not come way up off the ground. He just kind of literally slides that front foot along the ground, and it's a much quicker delivery to home plate. Makes it tougher for the guy at first to steal.
Runner not going, and a fastball is high. 1-2. Cubs have some activity in their bullpen. We'll identify him as we move along. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Perkins.
I think that's Pomerantz, who I think it is. It's a long way out there.
Crowd quiet all of a sudden. Here's a toss to first, not in time.
Yep. Drew Pomerantz is the guy warming up in the pen.
A ball and 2 strikes. Palencia brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Perkins is out, number 2. And it'll bring up Joey Ortiz. That's the best fastball we've seen from Palencia.
Yeah, that's just good gas. He threw that pitch right past Perkins.
Two down, the number 9 hitter Ortiz checks in. Durbin a very short lead at first. This would not be a time where he'd be running. The pitch low, throw to first, not in time. Diving back in, Durbin. You've got the number 9 hitter up there. You're not running in a spot like this.
No, you want to flip the lineup over. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. It's great to have Hyundai as one of our major sponsors.
And Zach Zaidman will be along in the 5th inning to work with Ron Coomer. Here's the toss to first. Almost a wild pickoff throw. Since the likelihood of him stealing a bag is almost 0, I'm not sure I would mess around with many pickoff throws. How about you?
I kind of agree. This close at first base is the throw into the runner, and that always allows the first baseman to catch and just kind of put the tag on as he catches the ball. But Durbin got back in time.
The 1-0, line to center, a base hit. Stopping at second is Durbin. And the number 9 hitter Ortiz has just singled. And now Palencia has to face a very tough hitter in Jackson Chourio.
Ortiz has been a problem for the Cubs in these first 2 games. He walked his first 2 at-bats in the first and second inning yesterday and extended the innings, and that really became a problem for the Cubs. 230 hitter during the regular season.
Two outs, 2 on, 4-3 Milwaukee leading 4th inning. Churio swings and fouls it away. A late cut. It came zipping in there at about 98 mph. Sellout crowd on hand. And they came to make some noise. Durbin the runner at second. Ortiz away from first. Churio waiting for Palencia and the 0-1 pitch. A long set by Daniel. A real long set, and now the pitch fouled away. I thought the batter would back out of the box.
Oh, that's part of a strategy, is what that is. Daniel will come set early and then hold the ball on the hitter and kind of freeze the hitter a little bit by holding the baseball. There's 8 seconds left, and see how long he holds the ball.
He's ahead of Churio 0-2. The next delivery, swinging a fly ball to deep center. Back goes Carl Armstrong at the fence. It's a 3-run homer. Jackson Churio, a 3-run homer, and the Brewers have opened up a 7-3 lead.
Now, we were talking about it earlier in this ball game, watching early batting practice today, and really how the ball was carrying here at American Family Field to the middle of the diamond. And it was amazing, and Churio squares this one up. I see it in our monitor here in the booth. He hits that one right on the button, hit it a long way to center.
It landed way up above the top of the yellow line, right below the video scoreboard. Palencia will leave. A new man coming in. Brewers on top 7-3. Drew Pomeranz will be the new Cub pitcher. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Cubs led 3-0.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Pat?
It gets very, very loud in here when the roof is closed. And it's a rainy night in Milwaukee, so they do have the roof closed. And it gets very hard to hear yourself think with this noisy and very enthusiastic Milwaukee Brewers crowd. Left-hander Drew Pomeranz comes in from the bullpen. Bryce Terang, the first man to face him. And a swing and a foul off to the left out of play. All of the runs on home runs in this game. The Brewers with a pair of 3-run homers. Andrew Vaughn hit one in the first. Jack Centurio just hit one a few minutes ago in the fourth. Here's a bunt back to the mound, caught by Pomeranz to end the inning. And William Contreras had a solo homer in the third. Cubs got their runs on a 3-run homer by Suzuki in the first. They're going to need some more homers to win this game. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. We go to inning number 5. Brewers 7, Cubs 3 on the score in the South.
Five-man umpiring crew here today in this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped. They got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's prime time.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those two socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My 2 red socks, because, you know, there's 2 here.
Suzuki due up against hard-throwing right-hander Jacob Mizorowski. Third pitcher in the game for the Brewers. He works on the first base side of the rubber. Mizorowski deals, and Horner looks at a fastball up high, clocked at 101 miles per hour, 1-0. Nico's 1 for 2 with a single. Righty-righty matchup. Now the pitch. That's a called strike. Fastball, top of the zone.
Yeah, this is like a heavyweight fight. Everybody throwing haymakers. It's all the runs been scored on bombs.
And the pitch. Nico swings and fouls it out of play off to the right. 1-2. And you kind of predicted it watching batting practice. You were watching the ball sail out of the yard.
Well, you could just tell that, you know, the warm weather, and they've had the roof open for quite a few days here. So it's very hot and humid inside this ballpark.
Nico fouls it back off the screen, 1-2.
And the one thing I'll say is Pat talked about you don't get cheap home runs down the lines here. But the ball has always played, this park has played fairly small always in the middle of the diamond, especially in the middle of summer. And we've seen balls flying out of here.
Horner lines one into right field for a base hit. So a nice start to the 5th inning. Horner's 2nd base hit of the game.
Well, you're going to pitch Nico away, and he's just going to serve it over there. Another good piece of hitting by Nico.
Here comes Kyle Tucker, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored.
And here's where you need a couple of heavyweights for the Cubs now in the middle of their lineup to go ahead and drop a bomb on Milwaukee and get the Cubs right back in the game.
Seiya Suzuki on deck. Tucker waits. Righty-lefty matchup. Mizorowski, a long set, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Power against power there. 100-mile-per-hour fastball just off the outside. Tucker missed it. 0-1. Horner with good speed at first, but the Cubs are down 7-3 here with no one out in the 5th. The pitch. Called strike. Backdoor slider that just nipped the outside edge.
Mizorowski's slider really doesn't do much. I mean, it has a little bit of break to it, but it's just like a little baby slider, and he throws it. It seems to me just to kind of as a get me over pitch.
Line drive, foul off to the left out of play by Tucker.
You know, I think what it does is it slows his mechanics in the windup down to, you know, that kind of the part of the delivery going towards home, slows it down a little bit, and that's his little get me over. Still 95 miles an hour, almost like a baby cutter or slider.
0-2 on Tucker. Mizorowski kicks and delivers. He misses outside with a fastball at 100 miles per hour. 1-2. Right-hander Chad Patrick continues throwing in the Milwaukee pen with Suzuki on deck. 1-2 on Tucker. He waits. Mizorowski deals. A swing and a foul right into the glove. Strike 3. 1 away.
That's that little slider. It doesn't do a lot, but it just, he's able to command it. This one, little break going down and into Tuck as it starts out outer half and ends up a little inner half, but just enough break to keep it off the barrel of Tucker.
So here's Suzuki, who's reached base twice tonight, including a 3-run home run. The pitch. Called strike, slider, top of the zone.
Right, doesn't look like he's got more command of that pitch, like it slows the body down a little, and he gets that ball in there, and he knows where it's going for the most part.
Corner at first. Here comes the 0-1. Mizorowski to Suzuki. Inside, backing Seiya off the plate. That was a slider again. The count is 1-1. Mizorowski works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. He peers in, gets the sign from his catcher Contreras. Acknowledges, takes a peek at first. That's where Horner is. And now the 1-1. Suzuki takes a ball low, a slider that missed.
That was borderline pitch. Contreras. Mizorowski must be tough not only to hit, he's tough to catch. Because that pitch was borderline pitch. That could have went either way, and Contreras blocked that ball, catching it just down out of the zone.
The 2-1. Seiya swings and misses. Another slider. And this one was right in the zone, 2-2.
Yeah, he hung that one. That was a good pitch to hit. Seiya took a big rip just underneath it.
Seiya calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts his white batting gloves, shrugs the shoulders, adjusts the batting helmet, taps home plate with his black bat, and digs in. Powerful right-handed batter, extends the hands high over home plate. Now the 2-2. Suzuki fouls it back out of play. That was the first fastball of the plate appearance. It was at 100 miles per hour, top of the zone, and Seiya fouled it back. 2-2.
Nico at first, no real reason to take off here. You know, it's one of those situations you don't want to be making any outs on the bases now.
Seiya swings, and it's a high fly ball, shallow right. Along the line, Frelick giving chase. He leaps and makes the catch, banging against the netting out of our view in shallow right as Seiya fouls out 2 away.
Yeah, Frelick leaps up into the wall, above the padded part of the wall and into the railing, and just snags this ball as it's going. Probably going to hit the side wall, but makes an excellent play. Great hustle, great play by Frelick.
2 away. Ian Happ digs in. Warner at first. Cubs down 7-3, top of the 5th. Mizorowski deals. And Happ looks at a slider for a strike. Looked a little low at the bottom of the zone. Ian turns around, has a brief conversation with the home plate umpire, Mike Estabrook. He's had an inconsistent zone tonight. Here's the 0-1. That's low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Changeup from Mizorowski. 94 miles per hour. Vaughn holding on. Horner at first. The 1-1 to Happ. Low. Another changeup.
Kind of an odd sequence of pitches for Mizorowski. He hasn't thrown changeups at all. And then all of a sudden you get a man on, you get 2 outs, and start going to changeups. And it's almost like you're giving the hitter a chance to get back into the game if you make a mistake with one.
Happ swings and hits a high fly ball, shallow left, angling toward the line in foul territory. Churio has room, makes the catch. Out number 3. And Churio appeared to grab the right hamstring as he made the catch.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher. I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
Will step to the plate now. The go-ahead home run in the 3rd, a solo shot. And then Jackson Churio blasted a 3-run home run in the 4th for insurance. So the Cubs down by 4 as we begin the last of the 5th. Contreras digs in. The veteran left-hander Drew Pomerantz beginning his 2nd inning of work. Pomerantz sets at the belt. High leg kick and pitch. And Contreras looks at a strike. Fastball at the top of the zone. 0-1. Contreras, the number 3 hitter. The cleanup man, Christian Yelich, on deck. Here's the 0-1. Contreras chops one foul off to the left.
Now you get Pomerantz in the ball game, a veteran pitcher, you know, and can kind of slow down the momentum a little bit, see if he can get a nice inning here before Council here in the 5th. Colin Ray, another veteran pitcher, he's warming up in the pen. He'll be the next guy coming in whenever they need him.
0-2 the count. Pomerantz steals. Contreras called strike 3. A knuckle curve that clipped the top of the zone right along the outside edge. Delayed call by Mike Estabrook, but it's out number 1 as Contreras is retired.
Hello backdoor hook from Pomerantz. Starts out up and away and comes back down towards the zone on the outside corner. Hits the corner for strike 3.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. As Christian Yelich looks at a fastball for a strike on the outer half, thigh high, 0-1. Yelich is 2 for 2, couple of singles, and a run scored. Now the 0-1 by Pomerantz. Yelich pops it foul out of play off to the left.
kind of see, there's a difference, right? When you watch this first half of this ball game, you had some young guys, some inexperienced guys, all pitching for both teams, and really wound up. Everybody trying to throw the ball like through the wall.
Yelich grounds it foul off to the right.
And you just see the pace of everybody on the mound for both clubs, kind of feverish pace. Then you get Pomerantz on the mound, who's been around, and all of a sudden it's like, slow things down here a little bit. Let's just get it back to a baseball game.
Yelich hits a high fly ball to left. Playable for Happ, who backs up short of the track, angling toward the corner, makes the catch for out number 2. It's interesting you mentioned that.
You had this interview, and that's why I'm bringing it up, because I was going to tell you, you had the interview with Turner today, talking exactly about what we've talked about throughout this series, and how you've got to breathe and slow the game back down and get it to being a baseball game. This isn't a track meet. It's not a 100-yard dash. It's a baseball game.
And I asked him, what can't you learn until you start playing in these games? It's what you just said. Craig Counsell's going to make a pitching change. Pomerantz out.
Su pita en polvo con el mejor sabor. Tú y Maggie, el secreto del sabor dominicano.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs playoff baseball, Mully and Haw. Mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman with you. Our engineer, Ryan Elliott. 7-3 Brewers with 2 away here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's game 2 of this NLDS. Milwaukee entered play tonight, up 1-0 in the series. Andrew Vaughn will dig in against Colin Ray, who takes over for the left-hander Drew Pomerantz. Ray, during the regular season, was outstanding for the Cubs, primarily filling in for the injured Justin Steele. He went 11-7 with a 3.95 ERA in 32 games, 27 starts. Out of the bullpen here against the right-handed hitting Vaughn. Here's the pitch. Vaughn looks at a ball low and outside. A breaking ball that missed, 1-0.
Pretty good pitch. Just that one could have been called a strike.
Ray works on the first base side of the rubber. The 1-0. Vaughn swings and misses at a fastball. 1-1.
Colin Ray, one of the most effective Cub pitchers down the stretch this season. And you start looking at the last 3 weeks or so, him being one of the main guys that really kind of stepped up and pitched well.
He misses low with a breaking ball, so the count is 2-1. Jamison Tyone, another.
Definitely one, and we saw that the other day in the playoff game where he came in and just nice and calm and made his pitches and gave the Cubs a great outing.
Vaughn lays off a cutter off the outside, 3-1 the count.
Well, we were talking about this right before we were going to the break. When you see the veteran guys come into the game to pitch, hit, all of a sudden things slow down.
Vaughn fouls it back off the screen, but it's not easy to get there.
It is not easy to get there. That's why veteran players usually do good playoffs. They've gone through these battles, and you learn how to control your breathing, how to control your pace and your temperament, and just slowing the game down.
Vaughn takes a fastball inside. It's ball 4. He draws a 2-out walk. Bottom 5, Brewers 7, Cubs 3. Here comes Sal Frelick, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Remember your first playoff game?
Yeah.
And how challenging it was for you to get to the point that you just talked about.
You've got to be able to understand that the breathing and slowing things down doesn't start the second you get in the box. You have to start doing that in the on-deck circle when you get out there, because you know what's coming, and you just got to start slowing things down and taking it easy and getting yourself into the normal breathing routines and what you do as a player. J-Mo was outstanding with that the other day when he started in that final game. He was just incredible. You could just see his pace of game was the same as if it was an April game.
Frelick looks at a splitter low, so the count is 1-1. He took a curveball for a strike to begin the plate appearance. 7-3 Milwaukee, 2 away, bottom 5. Vaughn at first, being held on by Bush. Ray deals, Frelick swings and fouls it back. 1-2.
Colin coming in and making his pitches. Good curveball there. Started out top of the zone, ended up at the knees.
And Ray with playoff experience from his days here in Milwaukee. 1-2 the count. A long set and the pitch. Frelick, check swing, foul ball off the netting to the left. 1-2. Greg Counsell has praised Ray throughout the season. Nothing rattles him.
No, it's, and the other thing too is, you get put in some strange situations.
Frelick takes a ball outside, 2-2.
He was made the team as like the 6th starter guy, kind of swing starter, whatever you want to call that. And from right away, when Steele got hurt, he got injected into the rotation and, just gives the Cubs a great outing night after night and a consistent guy day after day.
Frelick dribbles it foul just behind the plate. So 2-2 the count. Yeah, if I would have told you at the time that Steele went down that his replacement was actually on the team and would pitch the entire season with a 3.95 ERA, you take it.
Absolutely. Without question.
And that guy was Colin Ray. He's on the mound now.
He's had a great year.
Vaughn at first, 2 down. Here's the 2-2. Outside to Frelick, who's worked a full count. Crowd making noise here at American Family Field in Milwaukee with the roof closed. It sounds even louder than it really is. Here's the 3-2. Frelick lines one to right, racing in Suzuki. He's got it, makes the catch for out number 3. Vaughn stranded on the bases. After 5, Brewers 7, Cubs 3 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Kyle Tucker. Listen.
Five-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. It's a high car. And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Home run by William Contreras in the 3rd. That was also against Shota. And And then Jackson Churio, a big 3-run homer in the 4th. So all of the scoring in the game on home runs. And Carson Kelly will lead off this Cubs 6th inning against Chad Patrick. And the first pitch in there for a strike. What's the plan against Patrick here, Ron?
He's another guy, he's coming in and he's rushing it up there hard. He's big fastball, 97, 98 miles an hour with a little sharp slider. Slider, not big movement, a little tight slider, but very good fastball. He's a Midwest kid. He's an Indiana kid. I think Crown Point or something like that, right?
Patrick fires a strike. Neither team with an error. Brewers keep their bullpen warm. A left-hander starts to throw. Milwaukee trying to take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5. Kelly swings and misses, strike 3, and that's out number 1.
Good fastball right at the top of the zone. Patrick, 97 miles an hour, a little movement.
1 away, 6th inning. Cubs trail by 4. Here is Pete Crow Armstrong. No game tomorrow. The series will move to Wrigley Field on Wednesday afternoon. A little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon for the start of Game 3, 4:08 to be exact. And then Thursday night, 8:08. As Crow Armstrong swings and misses, and the count 0-2. Pete has popped out and struck out. Playing indoors here in Wisconsin. Sellout crowd on hand. And the 0-2 on the way to Pete. Fastball is a little bit upstairs. Patrick ready to bring it 1-2. And it almost hits Crow Armstrong.
Wow, that ball bounced. Barely made the dirt. I don't know what happened if he came up short on the step. Let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning. Sponsored by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. And one thing, say Suzuki put one in flight, long through an homer, almost 450 feet.
Swinging a foul back. Get the feeling you're going to need something from Pete Crow Armstrong in this series. If the Cubs are going to come back and make a series of it. Not just Pete, but he does swing and miss here, strike 3. And that's out number 2. You kind of look at guys that carried the load during the regular season. Pete Crow Armstrong, 31 homers, drove in 95. You're going to need something from Pete in this series.
Yeah, kind of, and he's one of those igniter guys, right? When he has big games, the Cubs have big games. That's for sure.
Here is Swanson. Dansby 0 for 2. Dribbles one down the first baseline, fair in foul territory. Now Vaughn shovels it to the pitcher, Patrick, and the inning is over. It looked like that ball was going to go foul, but it bounced right over the bag fair, and it's a 3-1 put out to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Milwaukee 7, Cubs 3. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's Pantar.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
largest crowd ever to see a Major League game. Over 92,000 fans saw the White Sox Bob Shaw beat Sandy Koufax and the Dodgers in L.A. 1-0 in Game 5. That was the 1959 World Series.
Now, would that have been at the L.A. Coliseum?
It would have been.
Right? Because that's the only place I can think of that could handle a crowd like that.
Dodger Stadium came along in 1962.
There you go.
Caleb Durbin will take strike 2. 0-2 on Durbin. Perkins on deck, and then Ortiz. 7-3 Milwaukee, bottom of inning number 6. Here comes the 0-2 from Ray, and it's outside for a ball. But how about that crowd? 92,000.
Now, did you ever do a game or do anything like football or anything at the LA Coliseum?
I may have done one sporting event there. I think I might have done a soccer game or something way back when. Fly ball, deep left center. Going back, Happ and Carl Armstrong, and Pete makes a running catch. Carl Armstrong ran it down and caught it on the track on the run. Good play by Pete, and that's out number 1.
Well, this ball's got double written all over it, and Pete just outruns this ball, and he's almost running parallel to the wall when he catches this ball on the trap. Great play by Pete. 92,000 people. Now, I seen, when I was in college, I went there, and I saw Bruce Springsteen there. I saw the boss there.
Was that a nighttime show?
Nighttime show, 90-some thousand people, one of the last shows of the Born in the USA tour when I was in college, and when you're in an event of 90-some thousand, that's impressive. That's a lot of people.
I'm sure it was. And I'll bet he played for about 4 hours.
Oh, maybe more. Yeah.
Ground ball to short, fielded by Swanson, over to first in time. Perkins is out number 2. 7-3 Milwaukee, bottom of the 6th inning, and the batter Joey Ortiz. 1966, 20-year-old Jim Palmer, 20. Became the youngest pitcher to pitch a shutout in the World Series as he beat Sandy Koufax and the Dodgers 6-0. That would be Koufax's last Major League appearance.
Really?
He retired at the age of 30 with a bad elbow. And it's a shame because that was before the Tommy John surgery came along by Dr. Frank Jobe. Otherwise, Sandy would have gone on to pitch maybe another 10 years or so.
Yeah, Dr. Jobe was my team doctor in Los Angeles when I played for the Dodgers.
Did he ever work on you?
My knee, yeah, he did.
Surgery?
Absolutely. No surgery. He took a look at it, and then when he gave me some recommendations because I was just trying to stay on the field. It was my last year playing in the big leagues. It's 37, trying to just hang on to finish the season. Very, very nice man. Boy, very extremely influential. He should be in the Hall of Fame for Major League Baseball. He really should.
I agree with that. Here's a pitch outside. Ortiz now with a count of 3 balls and a strike. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brewers lead the Cubs 7-3. The late Ron Santo and I always had some laughs about the surgery. He called it the Tommy Bahama surgery.
Really?
Well, he had the Tommy right, and then you'd be wearing a Tommy Bahama shirt.
Yeah.
He'd say, "Oh, I see you got a Tommy John shirt on." He just, they were just a little bit mixed up. 3-2. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a foul at the plate. He stays alive.
I don't know if I'd want somebody mixing cocktails from Tommy Bahama doing my surgery.
But he would talk about a pitcher, and oh yeah, he's much better now. He had the Tommy Bahama surgery. Okay. 3-2, dribble toward third. That's going to be a tough play. Fair ball. It's a base hit. A swinging bunt by Joey Ortiz. It's a 2-out single. Brewers on top 7-3. And back to the top of the order for Jackson Chourio. Chourio has one of the game's big blows. His 3-run homer in the fourth turned a 4-3 lead into a 7-3 lead.
Chourio in the 5th inning caught the final out of the 5th inning, Pat, down the line.
Right.
And when he was coming off the field, he was noticeably limping with that right leg. I'm sure they got it wrapped up really tight and trying to keep it warm, but he was definitely, you could tell it was bothering him.
He hits a ground ball, backhanded by Swanson from his knees, throws the ball away. It goes down the right field line. Runners will end up at second and third. Dansby made a fabulous diving stop from a knee, though. He tried to throw quickly and threw the ball past Nico Horner. The ball ended up way down the right field line in foul territory, and runners end up at second and third. It'll probably be a base hit and an error on the throw by Dansby.
Yep, that's exactly what it's going to be, a hit and an error. And once again, you saw Chourio running towards second base, and he was definitely limping. Dansby makes a great play in the hole catching this ball, and then as he was going to throw the ball, he started falling down on his elbow, and that's why the throw went wide.
Tommy Hardaway to the mound. Extremely loud and enthusiastic crowd at American Family Field. This is a big spot here. The Cubs right now are still in the game. It's only the 6th inning. You're down by 4 runs. But you can really ill afford to fall much further behind. And one of their best hitters and one of their best clutch hitters is at the plate, Bryce Turang. 2 outs in the inning, runners at second and third. First pitch in for a strike.
Colin Ray just spins a little breaking ball in there for strike one. Good pitch.
Ortiz, the runner at third. Chourio at second. The 0-1, a check swing by Turang. It's low and away. Milwaukee out hitting the Cubs 9-4. Out homering the Cubs 3-1. And the 1-1 to Turang. Swing and a miss. What do you like on 1 and 2?
I like that splitter he just threw. Turang did not get a good look at that one. That was a good pitch. Turang a .288 hitter on the season with 18 bombs and 81 driven in, hitting out of the 2 spot.
Suzuki not real deep in right against the left-handed batting Turang. And the 1-2 poke foul out of play, left side. Turang, a good clutch hitter. Whenever you see numbers like 18 homers but 81 RBIs, you know he's had a lot of clutch hits. There's a big chopper to a charging Horner at second. Gloves it, underhand feed to Bush on the bag in time. No runs from Milwaukee. Cubs need to rally. We go to the 7th inning. Brewers 7, Cubs 3 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance, but it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked and that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way, couldn't.
Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
Took the early lead on a leadoff homer in the first inning Saturday by Michael Busch, only to see Milwaukee come back and score 9 runs in the first 2 innings on their way to a 9-3 win. And then tonight the Cubs scored 3 in the first, a 3-run homer by Seiya Suzuki, only to see Milwaukee storm back again. Andrew Vaughn, a 3-run homer in the first. William Contreras, a solo in the third. And Jackson Chourio, a 3-run homer in inning number 4. So Milwaukee playing long ball. Shaw will take a strike, 0-1. Jared Koenig is the new lefty in the game for Milwaukee. He's a big man. He fires inside. What's the plan against him, Ron?
He's another, they got a bunch of, that's why their team has been so good all year. They got a bunch of good arms. Koenig, cross-firing lefty, as you said, a big guy, but big power arm, 97, 98 mile-an-hour heater.
Curveball strike. Pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit Sloan.com. There are some Cub fans here. You heard them in the first when Suzuki homered, but they've been kind of drowned out. Here comes the 1-2, low and inside to Shaw, but a rally could turn that around in a hurry.
Yep. The old couple bloops and a blast, that'll do it.
That's it. And this has always been a good hitter's park. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Shaw out on strikes. And the batter is Michael Busch.
Now, Koenig down there in that bullpen last inning, and he was warming up last inning for this situation just in case the Cubs got a little rally going last inning and Bushy was going to come to the plate with men on. Now Murphy brings Koenig in and he gets the situation he wants with a left-hander on Michael Busch.
He flips a curve in there for a strike.
Hardest working player of the game, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. I don't know if you can pick one guy right about now, but there's been a whole bunch of guys working hard out there today. Both ball clubs.
Milwaukee leading 7-3, one away, top of the 7th inning. Busch only batting for the 2nd time in the game. Fly to left. Justin Turner started the game and had 2 at-bats and went 1 for 2 in that leadoff spot. That's because a left-hander, Aaron Ashby, was the starter. The game has really changed, Ron, and you're reminded when you read about people like Sandy Koufax and Jim Palmer and some of the other baseball history notes that we read. Going back 40, 50 years, what do you think Sandy Koufax would have thought about being a bulk reliever? Let somebody else start. You're going to come in and he would have just looked at you.
I know Walter Alston was a good manager, but I don't think he could have walked over to Koufax or Drysdale's locker and said, I'm going to have an opener for you, and then you're coming in the 2nd or 3rd. Good luck at that.
That's just the game today. And back in the day, it was unheard of.
Could you imagine him saying that to Drysdale?
No.
Not even, or Bob Gibson?
You might say it and then duck. 3-2 on Michael Busch. just wonder how much more it will change. Every time you think, well, it can't go much more in the direction of fewer innings out of a starter, can it? Nowadays, guys are getting 2 outs and then bailing out just because you don't want your starting pitcher to face the first 3 batters in the game. I don't know. Here's a swing and a bouncer. That's fair. Fielded by Vaughn. Foul territory, and his throw to first is in time. Vaughn's momentum carried him into foul ground beyond first. He had to wait for Koenig a little late getting over, but Vaughn's feed was just in time to get Bush on a bang-bang play. 2 down.
Actually a really nice play by Vaughn. He catches this ball, and as you said, it's a big chopper way into foul territory then. And he has to throw this ball awkwardly, kind of, the exact opposite way you'd ever want to throw a baseball in a big league game that you had to have accuracy with, but he made the play. Didn't look pretty, but they got an out. That's the main thing.
Vaughn is right-handed, so when he ran into foul territory, he turned to his right. As Nico Horner slices one toward right, it's going to be caught by Frelick, and the inning is over. The Cubs do nothing. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Milwaukee 7, Cubs 3. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans,
someone who grew up in the era of the twist, the locomotion, the Freddy, and other outrageous dances, the floss is easily the worst of all time.
The fan did touch that ball, and that's a big whoops. Any relation to Grant? I don't know. That guy was having a hard time figuring out what screen he was supposed to be looking at.
What a play! Allen Roden, and hopefully he is all right.
Look at it's his eye black. That's his eye black. It has been transferred from face to wall.
Solo to William Contreras in the 3rd. Jackson Churio had a 3-run homer in the 4th. Colin Ray just trying to keep the Cubs within 4 runs as we move toward the late innings. Bottom of inning number 7. Contreras a single, a homer, and a strikeout as he swings and misses 0-1. Suzuki not all that deep and right against Contreras. And a swing and a miss. Contreras holds that bat very high up above his head. It's just his style. Almost looks uncomfortable. He's got it so high.
Yeah, but there's a reason. So, you started out up there, and then it comes down into that hitting zone where you want your hands to fire from. And it's just a reminder to keep your hands up.
Swinging a high pop fly foul, playable. Kelly, the catcher, makes the grab, and that's out number one.
You and I were talking right at the very beginning, not really talking about it, but kind of motioning about it. One of the first pitches thrown out today. One of the great Milwaukee Brewers of all time, Cecil Cooper. Very unique batting style, and you were showing me his style where he kind of laid the bat down and kind of pointed it almost like back at the umpire, or the catcher.
Real good hitter.
Unbelievable, yes, very much so.
And a very good defensive first baseman as well. Very smart man. I got to know Cecil pretty well here. I was a broadcaster here, and he was in his prime for probably, I saw him maybe 5 or 6 years.
Yep. He was an agent for a while, and I dealt with him some.
Line drive to left, a base hit in front of Happ. Happ gets it back in. Yelich a base hit the other way. His third hit of the game. 2 of Yelich's hits have gone to the opposite field. And the batter is Andrew Vaughn.
A little inside-out swing by Yelich as we're talking about good hitters. And that could have been a Cecil Cooper hit right there. That little inside-out swing and hitting a line drive to left.
They had 3 different guys throw out first pitches tonight before the game here at American Family Field in Milwaukee, as Andrew Vaughn will take a strike. In addition to Cecil Cooper, Trevor Hoffman, one of the all-time great closers, spent some time here, most of his career with San Diego. Here's the next pitch, wrapped on the ground to short, fielded by Swanson. Go to second, one over to first. That's a double play, and that ends the inning. Nicely done by both Swanson and Horner. 6-4-3 inning-ending twin killing. It's on to the 8th. Brewers 7, Cubs 3. This is...
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped. They got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's Pronto.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound, hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. All the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
Sponsored by Nissan. Experience the thrill at nissanusa.com. Let's see how we did in the attendance game. Ron Coomer is the winner. You were very close. The actual figure, 42,787. And your guess was 42,600. So, Ron, you're the winner in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Let's see if Kyle Tucker can get on as he starts this 8th inning. Tucker 0 for 2 with a walk. Jared Koenig, the big left-hander, still on the mound. Tucker just wants to get on any way he can. The next pitch pulled foul toward the Brewer dugout. Please stay tuned for the Toast of the Game ball player. It's coming up in the 9th inning. Sponsored by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. And that'll be named by Ron Coomer in the 9th. Here's a pop-up foul playable for the third baseman, Durbin, and that's going to be out number 1. An awkward-looking swing by Kyle Tucker. Ronnie was fooled on the pitch and did not take one of his better cuts.
Nope, and got that one right off the end of the bat and just popped it up and did his first out. Now it's Suzuki coming to the plate. That'll bring out Pat Murphy.
I believe he's going to bring in the right-hander from the bullpen. Koenig did his job. Again, they do have one of the best bullpens in the game, and that's one reason why they had the best record in the big leagues, winning 97 games.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother, so that's where Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
Community Banks Charters, member FDIC.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The Dodgers beat the Phillies 4-3, taking a 2-0 lead, and now the series moves to Los Angeles. That's the other NLDS series. Blake Snell struck out 9 in 6 scoreless innings for the win. Will Smith had a 2-run single. Phillies rallied. They scored 3 times between the 8th and 9th inning. Twice in the 9th. They had men at the corners with 2 away before the Dodgers escaped with the win 4-3. Again, that series goes back to Los Angeles with LA up 2-0. Pat?
All right, Zach, here, Trevor McGill will come in. It's not a save situation, but he was their closer, and he did a good job all year long.
Yeah, McGill, big power right-hander, big power arm. Mid-2s ERA this season.
Saved 30 ball games. Again, not a save situation. Curveball strike to Suzuki. McGill missed a lot of time at the end of the year, but he did come in the final game of the regular season and worked a 1-2-3 inning, and said he felt fine afterward. And here he is in the postseason, delivering down low for a ball. Milwaukee had a bye after their fine regular season, so they were able to rest last week when the Cubs were playing San Diego. One ball and 1 strike on Seiya. Let's see if he can get on. He hits a high fly ball to shallow left. Chourio is there to make the catch. 2 down.
Suzuki right on time with that off-speed pitch from McGill. Just didn't square it up. I think he caught it off the end of the bat.
McGill already working up quite a sweat after only a few pitches. It is the postseason. Here's Ian Happ, and he'll take Lowen in. McGill very much a strikeout man during the regular year. Struck out 11.5 men for every 9 innings of work. And he did not walk very many.
He's always been a big power guy. Usually pretty good command. He's right over the top. Pretty straight fastball, but good breaking pitches. Knuckle curveball and a good firm fastball.
Happ takes a strike. 8th inning, 7-3 Milwaukee leading. 2 down, bases empty. Ian Happ in this game struck out twice and flied to left. And the next pitch popped up foul and out of play. 2-2. Cubs in danger of dropping the first 2 of this best of 5. 8th inning, 2-2 pitch, fouled at the plate. He just did check a swing and made contact to stay alive.
Another breaking ball from McGill, throwing a lot of hooks. Ian fortunate to make contact at that pitch. That was going to be a strike.
The 2-2. A swing and a high pop fly into shallow right. Frelick coming in and calling and making the catch. Cubs do nothing in the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Brewers 7, Cubs 3. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Pete Crow Armstrong here. Pat and Ron call.
In the bottom of the first inning, Andrew Vaughn had a 3-run homer against Shota Imanaga, and that's the one that turned the momentum around. William Contreras homered in the 3rd to give the Brewers the lead, and then Jackson Chourio had a 3-run homer to open up the gap to 7-3 in the 4th inning, and it's been 7-3 ever since. We are now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sal Frelick 0 for 3 facing Colin Ray, and first pitch missed, and so does the second one down low. 2-0. And there's ball 3 low and inside. No game tomorrow, Ron. Cubs will play at Wrigley Field Wednesday afternoon at 4:08 p.m. Neither team has announced their starting pitchers. And that's ball 4 to Frelick.
Last pitch just missed the corner, up and away for ball 4. Tough play of the game. That's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Shaw about even with the bag at 3rd. Caleb Durbin, the batter, right-handed hitter. He's showing bunt, and he takes a strike.
Durbin hitting 7th in the lineup. He's 0 for tonight, 0 for 2. And, you know, do you play for just one run here to try to get just an extra run?
This time he did not show bunt. He takes a strike, and now it is 0-2, and that would seem to greatly minimize the bunt possibility.
Didn't seem like, you know, why would you bunt here, but
swinging a foul back. Not only are the games different, though, in the postseason, I think managers' thinking is a little bit different as well. In a regular season game, you probably wouldn't even consider bunting in a spot like this, but in a postseason, you might.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch outside for a ball, just in case.
Well, you know, a run here or there is a big deal now in playoff baseball. You know, it really is.
A ball and 2 strikes on Caleb Durbin. Short lead at first by Frelick. And that's a pitch low and away, 2-2.
Stolen bases by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Turo Tire, Chicago's hometown tire. Find a dealer at Turo.com.
And the 2-2. Ground ball to Horner. Gloves it. Go to second one. Swanson to first. That's a double play. Second double play those two guys have turned. This time it was Nico fielding the grounder. And beginning a 4-6-3 double play. 2 down, nobody on, and the batter Blake Perkins.
Yeah, nice pitch by Ray. Gets in on the hands of Durbin. Gets a little too hopper. Kind of a funky hop that Nico had to navigate. But makes the catch. Kind of a tough catch, but then gets a perfect flip to catch Dansby right on the run so he could get rid of the ball in a hurry, and that's what turned the double play.
Ray's pitch to Perkins outside. Double play is turned by the Cubs defense, sponsored by Nissan. Experience the thrill at NissanUSA.com. The 1-0 is outside. 2-0. Glancing to the Cubs' 9th inning. Carson Kelly due to leadoff. Pete Crow Armstrong and Dansby Swanson to follow. The Cubs are going to need a rally. Outside 3-0.
Looking at that 9th inning, you start looking at the way the lineup's constructed. You know, you got McGill on the mound. Milwaukee's going to have somebody up in the pen, but, you know, the thing you really want to do is you want to get to Michael Busch. If you get to Bushy in the leadoff spot now, that means you're going to have some men on. You're going to maybe have scored a run, and now you got a chance to tie the ball game.
Here comes the 3-1 from Ray. Swing and a miss by Perkins. Full count. Cubs have had trouble run getting men on base against this bullpen. Last man to reach was Horner. Swinging a line drive into right. Coming in and trapping the ball to Suzuki. It's a base hit for Blake Perkins.
Nice play and good effort by Seiya as he comes flying in. And it's kind of a shoe top pickup by Seiya on a short hop.
Before the next man bats, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs playoff baseball. Spiegel and Holmes afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago.
Base hit for Perkins. He's at first, 2 down, held by Busch. Joey Ortiz, the batter. As the count of 0-1, the next pitch inside.
You talk about guys that have had an impact in certain series, you know, and you know the big guys that hit the home runs. You talk about them, and you know, and that's been the case in this ball game with 3 of them from Milwaukee. But It's at bats like Ortiz. He's 2 hits today. He walked twice in the first 2 innings yesterday as the number 9 hole hitter. Those are the at-bats that are the killers to flip lineups around to get to the top of your lineup. He's been on base 4 times.
Now the 2-1 from Ray. Instead, he'll throw to first. Diving back in, Perkins.
Yeah, you talk about little things and how much they matter. You know, those are little things that matter.
And Ortiz, the guy who hit in the 230s, you just don't want to be walking guys hitting that low ever. Swinging a high fly ball to right. Playable for Suzuki, and this ends the inning. Cubs need a big rally as we go to the 9th. Brewers 7, Cubs 3. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
You're listening to Cubs Playoff Baseball.
Play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Milwaukee, Cubs being out-hit 11-4. Carson Kelly first up against Uribe.
Uribe did have 7 saves. This is not a save situation, but had 7 saves this season. Big strikeout numbers. .90 punch-outs in 75 innings.
Kelly taking a strike, 0-1. He was their closer in the absence of McGill. McGill missed most of the month of August, part of September. Here comes the 0-1, and that's taken high for a ball. Brandon Lockridge is the new left fielder, replacing Churio. The 1-1, that misses for a ball. Kelly would gladly take a walk. Pete Crow Armstrong in the on-deck circle. Here comes the 2-1 from Uribe. Lifted foul off to the right out of play. 2-2. Milwaukee trying to take a 2-0 lead in the best of 5. The next 2 games both at Wrigley. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Nope, he fouled it. He fouled it off the mask and the body of the catcher, Contreras.
I think that one got Estabrook. I think probably got both of them, actually. So you get another look here, a little hanging breaking ball. Yeah, got Estabrook right in the forehead of the mask. That was a direct hit.
A lot of the fans are standing. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Breaking ball got him. And that's out number 1. 7-3 Milwaukee leading, and the batter Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pretty good breaking ball by Uribe. That hook in a perfect location down and away after it started out up in the zone.
Pete swinging at the first pitch, fouls it away. Ron, it's about time for you to name the Benny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game ball player. Who do you like?
Well,
the 0-1. There's a strike. Breaking ball. Call it strike 2.
How about Seiya Suzuki? He came and hit the big 3-run homer in the first. Things look pretty good in the first inning with Seiya with the big 3-run bomb. He's also walked. Seiya will be our Benny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game ball player.
Uribe misses, firing low and outside. 1-2. Yep, that homer by Suzuki. An early highlight and really the only highlight for the Cubs. Here's the 1-2. Swing and miss, strike 3. Curveball got him. And that's the second out in this 9th inning. And it will bring up Dansby Swanson.
Breaking ball down in the dirt. Very good breaking pitch after a good fastball. He chased that hook.
Let's see if Swanson can keep the Cubs alive on this Monday night. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. Moises Ballesteros is in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to bat. There's a foul drive out of play right side, and the Cubs are down to their last strike. Two on Dansby, 7-3 Milwaukee. Top of the 9th inning, 2 down, bases empty. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the ball game is over. Uribe strikes out the side, and Milwaukee takes a 2-0 lead over the Chicago Cubs.
It's one of those days. The Cubs got off to a great start in the first, but unable to hold the lead. And this Milwaukee team, you got to tip your hat to them. They battle and they bang the ball around the yard with 3 big home runs and some very good pitching after that first inning. On a complete bullpen day for Milwaukee. From the very start, an opener and went through their bullpen, but their bullpen did the job after the first.
It's been one of their strengths all season long. The final, Milwaukee 7, Cubs 3. Back with the totals right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs playoff baseball. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score.
Is your business's pavement showing signs of wear and tear? Patriot Pavement Maintenance specializes in simplifying pavement maintenance and construction for industrial, commercial, and educational clients throughout Illinois. Based in Wheeling with over 30 years of experience, they provide asphalt paving, seal coating, concrete repair, and non-toxic solutions to protect and enhance your surfaces. Call 847-813-9034 or visit patriotpavement.net for a proposal. Patriot Pavement Maintenance. Pavement maintenance and construction made simple. PatriotPavement.net.
Hey, Coom here. Fall in the Midwest. It doesn't get much better. Cooler nights, crisp days, and yes, postseason baseball. Whether you're gathering around the fire, tailgating with friends, or locked in every pitch, there's one beer that fits the moment. Yuengling Traditional Lager. Rich, smooth, and brewed with real character by the oldest brewery in America. Lager is perfect this time of year. Yuengling Traditional Lager, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Right now, for a limited time, get 1.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson or the Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end November 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hefty Trash Bags, the official trash bags of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty, ultra-strong trash bags resist rips, tears, and leaks. Strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Milwaukee makes it 2 straight wins to get this best-of-5 series underway. Tonight, the final 7-3 Brewers. 7 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Cubs managed 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. The winning pitcher, Jacob Mizorowski, and the losing pitcher, Shota Imanaga. 2-hour and 57-minute ball game, seen by a raucous crowd of 42,787. So Milwaukee makes it 2 in a row, but the series